Why do I look cross-eyed? Anyways, hey y'all. I don't even know, like, how do you, like, start a video? Like, well, this is a diary, and so I guess, what the fuck is up? If y'all are wondering what the fuck this is, I spilled toothpaste because I was brushing my teeth, and I spilled toothpaste on it, so... But I brushed my teeth, did my lip scrub, well, whatever, and this is what I used on my face. I used the St. Ives Acne Control. This right here, along with the blackhead scrub and the apricot scrub, saved my life, period. I know they say, like, watch out for drugstore skincare, but that right there, baby, it helped me through puberty. Shit, I might still be going through it, but with this supposed to be vibrating facial massage, it's not working right now. But, and then for the lip scrub, I use this. Y'all know, like, listen, y'all about to find out that I am a St. Ives fucking freak. But this right here, it makes your lips really smooth, and it also tints it a little bit of a red. But, and then this, of course, which actually vibrates, but it doesn't move the bristles, which makes sense because this was like only like $6, and I was like, bitch, the bristles better be fucking moving, but obviously not. So anyways, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a specific YouTube channel called Divine Feminine Energy, and how one of her videos really spread enlightenment to a situation I was going through, and leaving friends behind in your spiritual journey / the death card, the devil card, going through a spiritual transformation. So let's start with what the fuck happened, right? Okay, so boom. It's Friday, right? Oh, so today, the day I'm filming this is currently Saturday, so it's the next day. But it's Friday, right? And basically there's a situation going on with this one girl, right? We're not going to give her a name because she's not really that important. She's important, but she's not that important. So we're not going to give her a name. But there's this one girl, right? Actually, no, we're going to call her Sally. So Sally, right? She basically is in a situation where, you know, high school drama or whatever. She's going through a situation with one of her friends where her and her best friend stopped talking, right? And her best friend used to eat lunch together, like, every day. Like, they used to hang out during lunch. And because they're not friends anymore, they ain't got no fucking place to go. So Sally, you know, she knows me. She's cool with me. And, you know, in our history class, she's, like, the only one, like, besides her best friend that she's really cool with. I'm the only one that she's really cool with besides her best friend. So she comes to me and she's like, yo, can I sit with you during lunch? Now, mind you, I'm kind of, like, hesitant to get her, like, to accept this, because I'm kind of like, I know how Cruella and my other best friend, we're going to call her Texas, I know how Cruella and Texas are going to fucking act, right? Like, they don't like new people. They're not really open to meeting new people, right? So I'm just like, I'm not too sure about all that. You know what I mean? I'm not too sure about all of that. The fuck? Okay, yeah. So she's like, can I sit with you guys during lunch? I'm like, sure, right? Okay, whatever. So lunch happens, right? And at first I try to get her to sit at another table because I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with Cruella and Texas fucking annoying bitchy attitude for no reason, right? And plus, I don't think this is permanent. This is just temporary until her and her friend fucking become friends again, right? Like, and I just feel like it would be fucking rude if I just told her no, right? Like, no, you can't sit with us even though, like, our table's not filled at all. Like, you know what I mean? So anyways, right? Lunch happens. She sits with me, Cruella, and Texas, you know, and automatically the vibes is just not there. One thing I noticed is that I guess they saw me and her coming to the table, and Cruella decides to switch her seat because the way we're seated is like in a round table, and usually me and Texas sit beside each other because that's like my best friend, right? Cruella decides to switch the seating, takes my seat, and sits next to Texas, right? So I'm just like, okay. So automatically, Cruella's just being a bitch. And like I said, Cruella has fucking bitchy tendencies, and I do not like that about her, period. Like, spiritually, I can't vibe with her in that playing field because she's just a bitch. So anyways, right, that thing happens, right? And then I can just tell, when like people are being fake and like the vibe is just not there. I don't know how Sally didn't fucking notice that shit, but I noticed it real quick. And I was just like, ugh, here we go again. Like, this isn't even something that's permanent. You know what I mean? This is just until her and her friend fucking make up. Because, high school drama and shit. Y'all stop being friends and then y'all be friends again. I mean, sometimes it's forever, but from what Sally told me, her and her best friend always do this. Like, no, really, her best friend always does that to her. Always ghosts her or whatever, and then they become friends again. So I was just like, okay, so this is not permanent. And I'm not saying I'm not saying Texas and fucking Cruella don't have a right to be like upset about the situation, but the way that they were going about it was just like annoying, right? So after lunch, they're done being fake. We walk the fuck off, and we get back to history class. History class ends, and Texas come to me, and Texas is a little less bitchy. Like, she still is a bitch, but she's less bitchier. And she comes to me and she's like, girl, like, why did you have her sitting at our table? Like, not even kind of like a, why did you have her sitting at our table, like, annoyed kind of way, but Texas is kind of like, girl, like, why did you have her sitting at her table? And I'm like, oh, because something happened with her friend, and, she feels comfortable enough with me, I guess, to sit with me. So, whatever, right? And so, yeah, like, Texas is a little bit, like, confused. And then fucking Cruella, right? Who the fuck was talking to this bitch, right? She comes out of fucking nowhere, and she's like, oh, yeah, like, why would you have her sitting next to us? And I'm just like, because? You know what I mean? Like, because? Like, I don't know, like, she likes me. Like, it's not my fault people like me, and people like to follow me. Like, you know what I mean? And so, because me and Texas don't have the same fucking, like, we have different classes at the end of the day. So our fourth period, we share the same fourth period class, right? So that was fourth period lunch, right? Our fifth class is not the same. So I'm upstairs, she's downstairs. Now what I didn't know is that Cruella and Texas share the same, like, I guess they both have to go downstairs. So we end up departing, right? And our last few moments of departing, I see Cruella kind of leaning in to Texas, like, basically talking shit about me. And I'm not fucking stupid. I saw that, right? I'm not fucking stupid. I saw that shit. So I know for a fact Cruella is out here talking shit about me, right? Like, oh, why the fuck would she do that? She's so fake, da-da-da. So basically, no, actually, this was not Friday. I think this was either Thursday or Wednesday, right? This had to be Thursday. So Friday comes, right? And that's yesterday, right? And the whole reason why I'm making this video. Oh, yeah. If I didn't show y'all, that was the lotion. I showed this before, but just in case. So, Friday comes, same shit. Sally's sitting with us because her and her friend are still not talking. It's only the second day. And like I said, I can just tell Cruella and Texas, mainly Cruella, is just kind of like being a bitch or whatever, right? And so whatever, we walk off, and class continues, and then same shit. They're just like, why do you have us sitting at a table, whatever. And then at the end of the day, because like the seniors are graduating, we end up having a prep rally, right? So originally I just wanted to sit with Texas, right? Because Texas is my best friend. Like, I don't really want to be around fucking Cruella. Like, she's just a bitch. So I'm sitting there, and no, actually, yeah. So I'm starting getting the story confused. So this is not the pep rally yet, but so same thing, you know, we sitting at lunch. Cruella's being a bitch. Then lunch ends. I'm walking with just Cruella. I'm walking with Texas, and Cruella's following behind. And Cruella basically tells me that she feels like I'm ditching her. She feels like I'm replacing her with Sally. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So I'm not allowed to have multiple friends. And it's like history repeats. Because the same shit happened to me in fucking middle school, where one of my friends felt as though because I was starting to make other friends that they felt left out. And it's like, you been had multiple friends, and I didn't say shit. But as soon as I get multiple friends, it's a fucking problem, bitch. So anyways, fucking Texas is like, oh, I feel like this. And you know, she's not coming from I can tell that she doesn't have as much like issues with me spiritually as Cruella does, right? So I'm talking to Texas, right? And she's telling me this, and I'm like, girl, you know I'm your number one best friend. Like, you know, you still my number one. Like, you at the top of the list. Whatever. I'm sorry if you feel that way, right? And then fucking Cruella decides to intervene, and she's like, oh, this, that, and the third. Like, I can just tell that spiritually there is something wrong with her, where she's projecting these negative emotions onto me. And that's why I'm like really going in on her, because I'm tired of this shit, right? I've been nice for too long, and that's my issue. But anyways, fucking Cruella intervenes yet again, and she's like, girl, bye, da 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 da, and she's like, shut up, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, cause I'm joking around with Texas, right? Cause y'all know me, I'm a jokey person, I'm a little clown. So I'm like, really, Texas, like, you really gonna do me like this on my birthday week? Cause like, my birthday was just like only 2 days ago. So I'm like, you really gonna do this to me on my birthday week? And Cruella comes out of nowhere, and she's just like, shut up. And I'm just like, girl, who was talking to you? Get your own fucking friends. Listen, get your own fucking friends, bitch, okay? So like I said, class comes, it ends, whatever, right? The pep rally starts, and it starts in our fifth block, right? In our fifth class, which I share that class with Sally, right? Because we have two classes together, fourth and fifth, right? Whereas me and Texas, we only share one class, and that's fourth. So me and Sally, you know, we go down to the pep rally, but basically what I tell Sally is that, you know, me and Texas are going to sit by each other, because, you know, Texas has been feeling like a little left out lately. So I'm trying to, like, you know, get back in the swing of our friendship. And she's just like, don't leave me, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool, just follow behind me, whatever, right? So I go, and I'm trying to find Texas. Some fucking how I end up running into Cruella, and I'm just like, I just want it to be me and Texas, right? Why does Cruella always have to intervene in our fucking friendship? Get your fucking own. Like, seriously, it's fucking annoying at this point, right? Like, I can't just fucking hang out with her without fucking Cruella coming in and putting her 2 cents. Like, mind your business. So anyways, right? Cruella intervenes, and she decides to follow me up where I'm trying to meet up with Texas, right? She decides to follow me, and I'm just like, ugh. So anyways, right? We in the pep rally or whatever, and we chilling, we cooling, whatever. Oh yeah, I also forgot, like, as we're like walking out of lunch or whatever, like I said, not only does Cruella be like, shut up, as I'm clearly trying to talk to Texas, but, you know, Texas decides to make some jokes during, like, you know, while we're walking, and she's like, you're not my best friend anymore, like, you're not my best friend, da-da-da-da-da, you know, whatever. I'm just like, okay, cool, right? Then, like I said, during the pep rally, right, like, few minutes pass, probably an hour pass, and I'm walking to the pep rally, and this is when Cruella decides to fucking find me like a leech, and she's like, oh, you know, and at this point, Texas is not even here. I'm trying to walk to the gym where the pep rally is being held to meet Texas, and Cruella's like in the side of my ear. She's like, oh, you know, Texas ain't your friend anymore. She's my friend. She's my best friend. She's not your best friend anymore. I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up. Because first of all, if y'all want to know some real tea, Texas didn't even like you. Like, I introduced y'all together because Texas didn't even like you. She thought you were a bitch, and she was right. So let's talk about it. Like, you want to talk about, oh, whose best friend is who? Texas didn't even like you. So there you go. she could be your best friend, but she don't like you. So I'm just like, whatever. Like, girl, shut the fuck up, right? So at this point, Texas and Cruella are both a little pissed at me for bringing Sally to the table. And I'm just like, I understand, but at the same time, who am I to tell Sally no when she ain't have nowhere else to go, really? Like, she doesn't know other people at lunch like that. And if she does, there's not really many seats. Like, everybody has already found their designated seat, right? So who am I to tell Sally, like, no, you can't sit with us? Like, that's fucking rude, right? Not everybody can be a bitch like you. And what's so funny is I was watching this video by the Define Feminine Energy. Let me see if I could find it. This one video. Okay, it is called, hold on, let me see if I can skip this ad. Hold on, y'all. But I was watching this one video and everything was starting to make sense right now, right? It is called, y'all see that right there? It says, which Greek god / goddess is representing you right now? Greek mythology, read, pick a card, right? Now, I'm gonna tell you, at first, I didn't really trust any of these videos because I don't feel like they're, sometimes I just don't feel like they're that accurate. So I stay away from these videos. But with the Divine Feminine Energy, y'all can see her right here, Divine Feminine Energy, I feel like she literally just gets it every time. Like, it's super accurate down to the signs and everything, and I'm just like, that is so accurate for my situation right now, right? So basically, I pick this card first, right? I pick Hades, and Hades, you know, if you know Hades in Greek mythology, basically talks about feeling excluded. You know, she talked about you must be feeling feelings of exclusion, people not including you in things, because if y'all know, Hades was in the underworld. He ruled the underworld, not necessarily by choice, but because Olympians had really kicked him out of Olympia. He wasn't like allowed there, like that wasn't really his reign, like they weren't very accepting of him, right? And I was like, that's definitely how I feel. I definitely feel like Texas and Cruella are like forming some type of tyranny against me. And she also talked about how people are like being very judgmental of you, people are being very combative, they're, you know, and they're projecting a lot of their negative emotions onto you. And I'm like, that's definitely fucking Cruella. Like, that's exactly what I'm going through right now. People are not allowing me fucking room to just breathe. People are fucking judging me for little things, right? And that's card number 1, right? That's the Devil card, right? And then basically I picked the Lover's card because she ends up saying, like, if you picked the Devil card, you know, there are some similarities between the Devil reading and the Lover's reading. So if you pick the Devil card, you should go back and pick the Lover's card because they're somewhat connected, right? And I go back and I pick this card because I'm like, I originally felt the urge to pick both of them, but I decided against it and just picked this. And it's like, somehow she reaffirmed my thoughts of picking both cards. So I go back and I pick this card, right? And this card basically talks about spiritually being an interesting person, attracting people, but then, you know, people feeling jealous of you. You know what I mean? People not only fighting for your attention, but fighting against you. People projecting on. Anyways, y'all, I don't know why that cut off. I think I cut it off by accident. But yeah, people projecting onto you. And I was like, that's definitely how I feel. I feel like not only Cruella, but Texas is fucking out here, like, mainly Cruella, projecting whatever she's going through eternally onto me. And basically, by the end of both readings, she confirmed the thoughts that, like, you know, although this is happening to you right now, this won't be happening for long. And I'm just like, you know, thank fucking God, because I can't deal with this shit anymore. And what I came to the conclusion is that this is a part of my spiritual journey, you know what I mean? The first part of your spiritual journey is really purging, you know what I mean? Purging people who do not need to be with you in the long run. Hold on, my mom just called me. But yeah, anyways, like I said, purging people, you know what I mean? So what I came to the conclusion is the universe just did not fucking want me to be with these people, you know what I mean? The universe, my spirit guides, they're looking out for me. If you know, I'm losing certain people in my life, because I'm really in a time where Mercury retrograde and fucking solar eclipse are having a fucking blast of tearing up my social life. And it's like, if I'm losing people, there must be a reason, right? So like, for example, Cruella in Texas, they must not be in it for the long run. So it's like, if I'm losing people, it's God's plan, okay? It's the universe's plan. There's a reason why we're not clicking, and it just is what it is. I'm evolving, and you're not. And we're not on the same playing field right now. Like, I don't mean it as in, like, I'm above you, but it's like, we're just not on the same level mentally. So, that's my video. Hope y'all take away a lesson from this on your spiritual journey. If you're losing certain people, don't fight it. Let it happen. Let them float away. Period. Yeah. See y'all on the next one.